Hello, everyone, and welcome to the NFFC Champions Podcast Week. I'm your host, Greg Ambrosius, and all this week I've been interviewing our 2024 NFFC National Champions. My third guest of the week is our 2024 Best Ball National Champion, Frank Matsko of Streator, Illinois. Frank, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Greg. Glad to be here.
It's great to have you, but do you have to wear that Bears hat through this whole interview, do you?
Just to bother, just to bug you a little bit. That's all.
I got the Packer emblem behind me. I've got Packer autograph stuff behind me, and you got to wear that damn Bears hat. Better than a Bears jersey, I guess, but that's okay. Glad to have you, though. First of all, congratulations on winning the Best Ball National Championship against 2,700 teams. Now, you won $30,000, but what's more gratifying, the money or knowing you beat 2,699 other teams?
Well, I tell you, I got to be honest with you, both.
The 30,000 isn't bad, right?
No, it's nice. But you know, Greg, I'm a competitor. Okay, yeah. I play pickleball a lot, even at my age, and I play with people that are a lot younger than me most of the time, and I can hold my own. But to win this championship and beat, like you say, 2,700 other teams is really awesome. I mean, it's really gratifying. I'm very lucky. I can consider myself very lucky.
Yep. Well, it's something that nobody can ever take away from you, right? You're going to be a national champion well after you're gone or while you're still playing and stuff. Nobody can ever take that away from you, right?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah, good stuff. Now, you said you're a poker player as well. So, again, you're pretty competitive. You know how this goes and stuff like that. But does poker help you in fantasy football, do you think?
Oh, I don't know. I never really thought about it, to be honest with you. Yeah. I don't think so. It may. I don't really think so. No, like I said, it's two different things as far as I'm concerned. But no, I think they're separate. I really do.
Okay. We do have other poker players, and it seems like there is a crossover between the two for sure. But, okay, we're going to talk about how you won this title in a little bit, but just a little teaser. You needed 53.2 points from two players in the final Monday night game of the season to win this title. You won by 2.1 points. 2.1 points. Yeah. You're not a young guy anymore, so did that finish almost give you a heart attack that Monday night?
Hey, easy now. I got feelings now. Come on.
Come on, they had to be moving a little bit, though, right? It was moving a little bit that night.
Yeah, you know, I got to be honest with you. When the game started, I was just hoping to stay in the top 10.
Yeah.
I got to be honest with you. And actually, I was hoping maybe this top 5. I didn't think I had much of a shot to win the whole thing.
Yeah.
And actually, I had Williams and Pearson. I had Jennings also in that game.
Mm-hmm.
And watching the game, like I always do, when Williams and Pearsall, they had a tremendous first half. I don't remember exactly how many points they had, but it was getting close. And at halftime, I thought, dadgum, I got a shot to win this thing. And that's when I got a little pumped up then.
Yeah.
So, it was pretty cool, no doubt about it.
Yeah, that was the Monday night game between Detroit and San Francisco. And I mean, that thing decided all of our national championships. I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs won a lot of titles for people. And like you're talking about with Jamison Williams, Ricky Pearsall really had big games for you. Jamison Williams had a huge first half, like you said. And so, like, what were your feelings as you're watching this in the second half and you're watching live scoring, I'm sure.
Yeah,
all of a sudden, holy cow, you're going to win it. Right?
Yeah, because they had to score, if I remember right, my bottom two receivers and flex, they already had like 17 points or something like that. So I wasn't going to get anything until they reached 17 points or more. And then, like I said, with the first half Williams had, and Pearsall came on strong, and I thought, dadgum. I think finally in the fourth quarter, Pearsall, I think, made the catch, if I remember right, and that put me over the top. And then I had to still hang on because I think the guy that finished second, he still had the kicker, if I remember right.
Yeah.
So I didn't need him to kick any field goals or extra points, really. Especially field goals. I can handle 1 extra point, but yeah, it was pretty. It was a fun night. Last was pretty fun.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a bit because it was a 5-day weekend over Christmas. You know,
Yeah.
it went from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
But let's talk about your history in the NFFC because a lot of people do know you. You drafted in Chicago for a while. You joined us in 2007. You drafted a classic team there. Do you remember how you found out about the NFFC, and do you remember that first live event in Chicago?
I remember how I found out because I started playing fantasy football a year or two before that.
Okay.
Funny story, I was up in Minnesota playing poker one day, or one weekend. My son calls me up and says, Dad, his local league, home league, somebody dropped out.
Mm-hmm.
And I never played fantasy football. And he asked me if I'd be willing to play. I said, oh, all right, I will. I'll take his place. So I come back. Come back on Saturday. Draft was on a Sunday. I didn't know squat.
Yeah.
I drafted, I think, David Boston, whatever. Yeah. Somebody, he always kids me about it. Anyway, long story short, finished last place. All right. Well, that wasn't going to happen to me again. So I stayed in this league, and I started back then. We had magazines, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I got it right here. In fact, this is how I found out about the NFFC. It's a fantasy sports magazine, and you got an article in there, and And actually, a couple of years later, we made the magazine. My son and I, we finished second in the prime time.
Nice.
That in 2008. 2008, because this is 2009 magazine. Yep. So it was pretty cool. Yeah. So
that's really cool. Yeah, because that is my magazine, Fantasy Sports Magazine. I was the editor of that for 20 years. 2010 was the last year we published it, but we would put on the cover, a guy would be holding a check for $100,000. And some guy said, I want to be on the cover more than I want the 100,000 because it was such notoriety, you know? Again, like
Tom
you said,
was on this one.
Tommy Yates. He was in our Hall of Fame, won the Classic that year, and he put him on the cover. Yeah, it was fantastic. So this is the Classic, a 14-team format. Now, you've only been playing fantasy football for a while. 14-team is a beast, right?
Yeah. I remember going there, and son and I were sitting there. He was, my co-manager, and we were sitting there at the bar, and I leaned over and told him, hey, we can do this. I told him we can do this, just relax, we can do this. And we did. And we did pretty well. I think we did it 3 times. Mm-hmm. And then I went to started going to the 12 team. I kind of like the 12 team better.
Yeah.
14's okay. But if that's all you had was 14 teams, I would still play. Don't get me wrong. But I kind of like the 12 team better.
Yeah.
So that's why I play the 12 team now more.
Yep. You drafted live in Chicago, 2008, 2009, 2010. I think you went to the primetime, the 12-teamer, 2010, and you finished second to Wayne Ellis in your Chicago primetime league that year.
Yeah.
Chicago was almost like a local league because it was almost the same type of guys there: Jack Hahn, John Posma, Wayne Ellis. Did it feel like a local league? Did you like drafting in Chicago at that time?
Yeah, we liked it.
Yeah.
I didn't get to know the guys very well, but it was. I still want to get to Vegas and draft. Hoping next year, I hope. But it was good. But we just stopped doing it after that 3rd year, I believe it was.
Right.
I think you stopped maybe in 2010 also of having them there.
Yeah, we didn't last much longer than that for sure.
Yeah.
Now
started going to Vegas.
Right. Then the guys from Chicago came to Vegas because it was tough to fill up multiple leagues in Chicago. So, I mean, you've drafted with us every year since 2007.
Oh, yeah.
Like you said, you kind of gravitated to that 350 online championship, which is 12 teams. Starting around 2012, you really played that contest hard for about 8 years. I mean, did you like multiple teams in the 350 more than the one prime time? Is that why you chose that?
Basically, yeah. Obviously, just for it almost got to be too much at times.
Yeah.
You know how that is. You get too many teams with the free agents, blah blah blah, and lineups, and so I'm cutting back. That's why I went to the best ball.
Right.
Cut back on that.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I mean, you kind of went to the best ball more around 2019, and you got a lot of. I mean, even this year, I think you might have 14 best ball teams. So it's the fab. It's really hard with the fab, the in season. This way, draft, be done, and sit back, right?
Yeah. No, I'm gonna still draft some or some regular some OC drafts. Yeah, probably starting next week, but getting everything, my ducks in a row and everything now. So yeah, I'll still be in them. Don't get,
But I mean, obviously, you've excelled at the best ball. You do these $25 ones too. They're good practice. I mean, for anybody who likes to draft, best balls are the way to go. I mean, you draft, you get done. Hey, is there one tomorrow? Maybe I'll do one tomorrow, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's the key. I do the 25s basically to prepare myself for later. I'm going to start. In fact, I'm starting today. I'll start go through all my drafts now. Trying to get. I don't even put a preference for which draft spot I have yet. I'm going to start going through them now and see what I like, and I'll start doing that real shortly here.
Yeah. So this Best Ball Championship is now in its 15th year. We've had 14 different champions. Wayne Ellis has won it twice. He's the only one. You think you could win it 2 years in a row, or what do you think?
Absolutely. Right, you got to think that, right? You got to think that. Wayne, I'm coming after you, buddy.
What competitor wouldn't say I'm going after the title, right?
I've seen him in a couple of my drafts. I don't, he's a good guy. I met him one time. He's a good man. Yeah, I think he's from Indiana, I think, and good guy. So if he's watching or listening, I'm coming after you, Wayne.
Yeah, the good thing is Wayne doesn't wear a Bears hat. He wears a Colts hat. I don't mind that. That's not so bad.
Yeah, they're no threat.
It's Vikings and Bears, and I know you got a Vikings hat there, so don't put that on. But Vikings and Bears are no good in this house right here, all right?
We got a tough division, partner. Tough division.
I was going to ask this later, but who's going to win that division, Bears or Packers?
Oh, I'm going to tell you something. If I was watching today, funny story. Today I was watching a CBS Sports show, and this analyst had the Bears. They were making predictions. He had the Bears going all the way to the championship game.
Oh boy! Whoa.
Against the Eagles. Yeah, I'm not drinking that Kool-Aid.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I'm going to tell you, if there's a team that can beat the Washington Commanders, from last year for this year, I mean, it could be the Bears. Yeah, it really could. I mean, we'll see, but I think they're a year away yet, but we'll see. I don't think, you can't bet against Detroit. I don't think. That's my opinion. But they got a tough. I mean, the whole division got a tough schedule. They're going to beat up on each other all year long.
Correct. So everybody's got a tough schedule. There's no doubt that coaching makes a difference, right? And Ben Johnson's good, but it all comes down to the quarterback. And if Jaden Daniels didn't play well last year, Washington doesn't get there. Right. So Caleb has got to make the difference for them.
Yeah, he's got to grow, and
he's got to grow.
So far, he looked good. I know it was only an exhibition game,
right?
A preseason game last week. He did look good. I like the fact that they were getting in and out of the huddle quickly. He looked good under center. Yeah, he looked. So we'll see what happens. I mean, it's a long. Injuries play a big part of it too.
Without a doubt.
You got to have depth, especially in that line. Yep. And we'll see. We'll just have to wait and see.
Now, it'll be a lot of fun this year, but Caleb's got to get rid of the bell faster.
Oh, yeah.
He looks like he's definitely making better decisions right now. All right. Let's turn back to your championship team. You drafted this on August 12th, 8 p.m. Eastern, a nightly draft, just a common nightly draft. It was one of 12 teams you took last year. This one obviously won the league title. You had another team that won the league title. You finished second twice, third 3 times. So you cashed in 7 out of your 12 best ball teams. You made money just that way. Yeah. Did you draft similar players? What was the success of 7 teams cashing?
I don't have the rosters in front of me, but I remember I was very high on Barkley and Henry. Just the fact they were going to new teams, and I thought they were going to excel. So I tried to get at least one of them in every one of my drafts. And I love Burrow a lot. I still do, but and he was going like later on, 5th, 6th round, if I remember right. So, Yeah, and Mayfield was another one I really liked.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, so I really, I tried to pair them two up whenever I could, and it panned out pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's real good. Baker was a good best ball guy because he'd have a 40-point game one week, right?
Yeah, and I think I got him in double-digit rounds if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But so you got to do that. You got to have them guys that perform for you in the double-digit rounds to do well.
Yep, absolutely. All right. So during the season, you're watching a lot of your teams, but this one kind of stood out right away, right? It was near the top early in the year. Then you took the top spot in the overall standings in week 6. You stayed in first place through week 13. At what point in the season did you say, hey, I got a chance to win this damn thing?
That's when. Week 13 is when, when it happened in week 6, I called my son up and said, hey, guess what? I'm in first. And we laughed about it, and he said, man, won't it be nice if I make it all the way to the end? Yeah. And when week 13 come around, I was still there. And I thought, doggone, I got a shot anyway, nothing else. And at least in the, try to get in the top 10. Right. But, and closer it got, and then I fell off a little bit and came back. And then it all came down that last night. Like I said, pretty exciting. It's very exciting. I had, this happened to me before. I think it was 2014. Mm-hmm. When I had Andrew Luck had a tremendous year that year. And I think that was an online championship. Okay. And if I remember right, my son and I were talking about this today. It was a Sunday night game, and I had a heck of a chance to win. Andrew Luck was the only, I think I had him going a quarter, and I was the only one. Oh, wow. And I was in the top 10. Yeah. And he was having a heck of a year. They were playing Dallas. And I remember the Colts had it wrapped up, their division. So they really weren't playing for anything. Mm-hmm. Well, lo and behold, Andrew Luck had his worst game of the year. Too bad, And actually, they took him out, I think, before halftime and sat him the rest of the game. So I think I dropped to like 6th or 7th that year in overall, which is nice. Yeah. I had a sincere, a heck of a chance to win that year, but didn't pan out. So that's why I say you got to be lucky. Yeah,
you got to be lucky too. No doubt about that. Yeah. Like you said, you're in first place after week 13. You fell to second place in week 14, then third place in week 15. You're in third place in week 16. You only trailed Joe Rieger by 11.1 points going into week 17. Now, I know there's nothing you can do to help your team because it's best ball, but as a good Catholic, did you pray, light a candle? What'd you do? That's what a Catholic would do, right?
Well, I guess I might have said a couple prayers. Really, I can't remember. I'll be honest with you, but like I said, I just went into that night. I really didn't think I had a slight chance. I knew, but I was concentrating on staying in the top 5 at least, because, like I said, they had to score 17 points or more for me to get anything, if I remember right. Right. And by golly, after that first half, that's when I started to get excited. That's the first half. Jameson had a heck of a first half, and Pearsall came on strong. And the rest is history, The
rest is history, absolutely. Like I said, it was over Christmas weekend, so it's 5 days. And we talked about that with other champions. It was just like a marathon, and it kept going on. But you moved into second place over the weekend. 48.15 points from Baker Mayfield. Mike Evans, 29.7. So the hookup there was fantastic. 24.7 from Derrick Henry. You still trailed Joe, like you said, going into the Monday night game. You had Ricky Pearsall, Jameson Williams, and Juwan Jennings, I think you said, right? So you knew you had a chance there, but still kind of tough, though, to win it at that point.
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, 17. That's a lot of points. 17 points, for one, alone 2 guys, Right. And things just worked out. It just worked out. That's just the way it is sometimes.
That's awesome. But like you said, so Pearsall scored 28.7. Williams had 24.5, almost all of them in the first half, I think. So they gave you enough to go over your 2 wide receivers that had about 17. Right. 2.10 points ahead of Joe Rieger for the $30,000 grand prize. I know Joe. Joe lives in Las Vegas. It had to be kind of a tough beat for him. He got $6,000.
I'm sure it was. I mean, I feel bad for him, but what are you going to do?
Yeah, there's nothing you could do. There were no decisions either one of you made or whatever.
No.
Okay, so again, we're both pretty damn old. I actually went to bed after the Gibbs one. Did you stay up right to the end or not?
Yes, absolutely. Football. I can watch football 24/7. Really, I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, but we're the same age. I mean, I went to bed. I was too tired, so
not me. No. I hung in there, and I called my son right after the game when he was coming home from work, and I said, "Guess what?" He said, "What? What's going on?" I said, "Well, I won." He says, "You're kidding me." It surprised him too because he knew where I was. I mean, and it was neat, pretty good.
Well, how cool is it to share it with your son? I mean, he kind of got you in this space, and I've talked to other people who draft with their sons who are younger, obviously, but how cool is it to share this experience with him?
It really is. I mean, that's what it's all about. I got two boys, and they both play fantasy, and I share with both of them, and that's pretty special, and now my granddaughter's getting into it.
Oh, so, nice.
Nice. So it's pretty cool.
Let's start them young and bring them in. Come on. Introduce them to the NFFC. Bring her on. Bring her to Vegas with you next year. How's that sound? That'd be great.
Well, she just had a little one, so that'll probably be a little ways away.
Okay, sounds good. All right, let's talk about this draft. You drafted from the 6th spot in this league. Did you have any specific strategies? Like you said, you were trying to get at least one good running back, being Barkley or Henry, and that is a key, right? I mean, you got to have one of them. If you're floundering at the running back position all year, it's tough. Do you like to get 3 defenses, 3 kickers? I mean, what is the strategy in best ball for you?
Well, as far as the defense, I at least want 2.
Yeah.
And at least 2 kickers, but I do try to get 3 as a rule.
Yeah, because 6 of them are going to get 3 and 6 are going to get 2 probably, right?
And you got to watch the bye weeks, of course.
Yeah.
And you don't want the same bye weeks, but it just depends on the draft. Now this year I haven't really nailed anything down that I really, really like yet this year. Mm-hmm. Like I say, I'm going to start going through my drafts. I'd start a little bit today, but I'm going to start tomorrow for sure. Yeah. And get a better feel where I want to draft. Now I knew last year I kind of wanted to be in the middle. Mm-hmm. And I think I drafted 6 that year. Yep. I think so. Worked out pretty well. And this year, I just had a draft last night from 9th spot. Didn't like it. Okay. So we'll see. I'm going to put it all together here pretty soon, and we'll see what I can come up with. But I'm thinking the first half of the draft is going to be for me this year. I think now.
Yeah, there are a lot of people who do like the back end with 3R this year. They feel like top 18. They like getting 2 top guys there. So
I get it.
Very interesting. Yeah, let's talk about your first 5 picks last year. They were all home runs. Jamar Chase at 6. He won a lot of titles for people, right? Then you got Derrick Henry on this team, Mike Evans, Joe Mixon, Joe Burrow. I mean, talk about that foundation. You got yourself 3 running backs, a top wide receiver, and an ace quarterback.
Yeah, and I think that's the key. You got to have at least that one ace. And like I said, I got lucky. I got 2 with Mayfield. I think I got him like in round 13, 12, something like that. Yeah. So I was pretty happy. I was high on Williams all year. I mean, last year. Mm-hmm. So I was very high on him. And I like Ricky Pearsall. Funny story. I was bragging him up, and I was at a auction league with a friend of mine. It was his auction, so I went. He wanted me to come. And I said, "You got to take this Pearsall. Get him. You can get him for nothing," which he did. He got him for $2. Yeah. Next day, he got shot.
Yeah, right.
Gosh, But he recovered well, and that panned out pretty good. But I felt real bad about it.
Yeah. It wasn't your fault he got shot. So
I know. But what are you gonna do? I preached to him all week long about this. You got to take in this kid. You'll get him for nothing. Yeah. Which he did basically, and it panned out. It panned out in the end for him.
It definitely did. Like you said, Jamison Williams in round 8 was really solid for you. You also found bargains round 11. Chuba Hubbard was very good. Yeah. Baker Mayfield was round 12. Ricky Pearsall round 13. I mean, in that round 7 to 11, 7 to 12, I think people don't realize how valuable that spots are, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. And you got to, I think everybody's pretty much in the first few rounds they're going to hit, as long as they stay healthy. Obviously, McCaffrey last year was, you got him, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
But everybody, as long as you stay healthy, usually the first 3 or 4 rounds, they're going to produce. It's to me, it's that round 5 through 10, 11. Boy, if you can get somebody after that to hit, wow, you're in business now. But that don't happen that often. But probably 5 through 10, I think, very key. Best ball. Well, actually, any draft probably, but best ball especially.
No, I totally agree with you. I mean, the one find you got was Juwan Jennings in round 26. That's a late round find.
Yeah,
it's hard to find that in round 26, and he was productive last year.
That don't happen very often.
No.
Very, very seldom.
All right, so I did notice that you named all your best ball teams Bears 1985. Now, that's good, but they didn't repeat in 86, right?
Yeah, they should have, but they didn't. I know.
Should have, definitely, right? All right, so what are you naming them? Because last year was just Matsko. All your teams were Matsko, and now this year it's all Bears 1985. What's the reason?
Well, basically, I'm just a Bear fan. That's all. It's the only reason. That's it. That's it in a nutshell.
You're going to dominate in that 86, but may not win the last game of the season, though. So just
I hear you. I understand.
They should have won in 86, right? Why didn't they win it? Well, they had quarterback problems.
Yeah. That's the key. And I'm not so sure. A little jealousy didn't get in the way a little bit there.
Yeah.
They had the little.
They're all making their commercials.
Yeah, exactly. And that's unfortunate. It happens. But boy, what a team.
Oh my goodness, that defense was insane. Without a doubt. All right, so we do have third round reversal in the NFFC. I don't know if you do that in any of the local leagues. You do. Do you like the third round reversal?
Yeah, I do. It kind of balances everything out, for me anyway. Yeah, I do like it. That's why a lot of guys like the draft late in the draft, the back end of the draft. And I get that. There's nothing wrong. But I kind of like what I get in the 4th to 5th, 6th round early. I just kind of this year so far anyway. I kind of liking that. So I'm fine with without drafting in the back end. So
all right, sounds good. So when it comes to rookies, honestly, there's like 13 going in the top 100. I mean, I don't remember a year where the rookies are going so much. And not only that, they seem to be moving up with each preseason game. This Ted McMillan is going in the 3rd round. Trevian Henderson takes a 100-yard kickoff, and he's going in the 3rd round right now. How are you on rookies? Do you trust them, or do you want to see it first?
I want to see it first. Not a rule, but here again, last night, that draft last night, I took Genty. I was in a nice spot. I took him. And then I think in the 3rd round, I took Henderson.
Okay, there you go.
First time I've done that, in my drafts this year. So I'm just going to see how it comes out. I'm not real crazy about it, but we'll see. I love Chase Brown, and I'm big on Chase Brown. I let him go because I've got him a few times. So I let him go in this round or this draft, but he's kind of my favorite player.
Yeah, he's been going. He was going at the end of round 2. He's certainly been moving up to the middle of round 2, even earlier in round 2 in a lot of ways.
I think a month ago I got him in 4th round, I think.
Wow, really?
Right. Yeah. Early 4th, if I remember right. Yeah.
That's not anymore.
No. I know that. Right. So, Irvin's another one I really like, but we'll see.
Yep. I like Genty. I think that's a good one. I mean, it's an interesting one with Genty and Henderson. They could perform, man. They really could.
I just worry. I worry about the team. Okay. Yeah. If you notice your good running backs like last year.
Yeah.
Henry, heck of a team he was on.
Barkley,
heck of a team he was on. So there you go. I'm not saying Oakland's or the Raiders, whatever they are now.
Right.
Las Vegas Raiders. I'm not saying they're going to be a bad team, but they're not going to.
Right.
Are they going to be ahead enough for him to run a lot?
Right.
To close out games. I don't know. So that's the only reason why I'm not big on him. So
Yep.
we'll
The
see.
only thing is, Pete Carroll loves to run the ball.
Yeah.
And so
and he'll get the touches. And
he'll get the
that
touches,
means a lot.
I think. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Frank, any winning tips you can give anybody who's getting in, or you just, hey, draft, have fun, and let the chips fall where they may, right?
That's what you can do, especially in best ball. I mean,
Yep.
you know, the draft is everything, and
Right.
you know, try and prepare the best you can. Yeah, and I would try and at least maybe pair up a wide receiver with a quarterback, you know,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
and maybe even a stack with a running back or a tight end or whatever. But you know, I think that's a thing to do in best ball if you can. Don't
Right.
reach, but
Right.
if you can, yeah, absolutely.
You're absolutely right there. And I mean, the Evans-Baker connection in week 17 won it for you. Mark Cerebro won the primetime 250,000. He had that same connection week 17. And, you know, and we've seen it in the past. It's been Kelsey and Mahomes, Josh Allen and Diggs, Burrow, Chase, when they were both going a little bit lower. So stacking a quarterback wide receiver is a sound strategy, and it does pay off at times.
Yeah. Exactly.
As long as you don't reach, like you say, you know, you
Right.
don't want to get them first round, second round, just because you want to stack them.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
quarterbacks are going lower this year. So,
Mhm.
All right. Well, thanks, Frank, for joining me on the podcast tonight. I mean, it's like we're sitting at a bar having a couple of drinks. You with the Bears hat on, me with the Packers hat on. So
I like to do that sometimes.
we will do it sometime. I promise you. I promise you.
I appreciate it, and hopefully next year we can do it again, huh? What do you think?
Let's do it again. You can come on. I'm going to be here. So if you're here, it's been a good year then. All right. So hey,
All right.
good luck in all your leagues this year. All right, Frank. And it was very
Thanks,
nice meeting you.
Thanks, Greg. My pleasure.
Okay. Thanks, everyone, for joining us today. Our last NFFC Champions podcast will be tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Mark Cerebro, Jason Emma, our 2024 NFFC Primetime Overall Champions, and our newest members of the NFFC Hall of Fame. They're going to meet at Mark's Place tomorrow. Join me here. The three of us will talk. Should be a lot of fun. So join me tomorrow night. All right. Until then, have a great week, everyone. See ya.
Thank you for joining us on the High Stakes Fantasy Network podcast. To get in the game, go to playnfc.com.